What up YouTube, it's Missouri's Company. In this video, I want to talk about something a little sad, unfortunately. So we have yet another content creator that has left the game in Diablo Immortal in terms of making content for it. I want to go ahead and talk about it because it makes me a little sad that we're losing more and more content creators. And I want to talk about this individual in particular, as well as why I think so many people are leaving or stopping making content for Diablo Immortal, and kind of just rehash or retouch on at the very end of this video sort of my plans for this channel. Let's get straight to it, guys. All right, so for just some background, I'm just farming my hidden layers, which you should be doing because this is a really good, efficient way of getting platinum. But again, so the individual in question that has quit playing Diablo Immortal is none other than Trigger Happy John, who is, in my opinion, a really good content creator. Yeah, I've watched his live streams for a long time. Like whenever he was doing live streams on YouTube, I would make sure I would try to catch them. He's a really positive guy and has a really interesting outlook. He's really analytically driven. So I actually personally really appreciate that type of content. That's the type of content I watch when I look for in games. It's kind of ironic, actually. I don't kind of provide that type of content now that I think about that, since that's the content I enjoy watching. But I guess everyone's different, right? I don't enjoy making the content. I enjoy watching that type of content. But again, Trigger Happy John dabbled in Diablo Immortal sort of in the beginning when the game first came out, has taken several breaks. He hasn't been the most consistent. I don't blame him at all for that. There's been quite several ups and downs of Diablo Immortal, and we're all very familiar with those. But it does kind of layer on. This is yet another content creator, good content creator that has left the game. You know, we lost Jon Snow. That one personally hit a little close to home. I really enjoyed his content. And then we also lost Chosen. Chosen was another content creator. Everyone was a little different in their own way. You know, Jon Snow kind of hit a little close to home with me. I just loved his style of content, and you know, being the boat captain, just sort of how he carried himself and his sort of like come to fame in Diablo. And I respect the hell out of all these guys, but it is a little sad to see yet another one sort of you know, leaving the game. So why do I think people are leaving the game from a content creation standpoint is, you know, I've been doing content creation for on and off, not like super competitively and definitely not for a full-time job, for going on a few years now. I guess I started like really taking it somewhat seriously in 2020. I'm sure most people did as well at that point. But, you know, so for me, I've played several different games and seen different types of communities grow and you know, sort of fall apart. So for me, I think that people are not enjoying the game, I think, is the most obvious one. I think that there are people that are just not enjoying the game anymore, which is why they don't want to create content for it, and I respect them for that. And then I think there's people that are not feeling like they have made it big. You know, they're not seeing as much success as they would have wanted from Diablo Immortal. Obviously, if you don't start making content for a game in the very beginning, you sort of miss out all that hype in the very beginning of the game being brand new. That's when the most viewership is there. So if you're not there in the beginning, hitting when the iron is hot, you sort of do have a very massive disadvantage from most people. And so I think that's part of it too, is that, you know, with the dwindling overall amount of people watching or searching for content for Diablo Immortal, I think that's also impacting the content creators. But ultimately, I think that they're just burned out. I think that burnout is a very real part of this game. I myself have experienced it. I took a 3 to 4 month break and just stopped playing Diablo Immortal altogether, which was easily the worst mistake that I have ever done, because I'm now dramatically behind when it comes to my blacksmith upgrades. Now, is it possible to catch up? Absolutely. Is it easy to catch up? Absolutely not. I mean, realistically, I would have to farm several hours a day to try to remotely catch up, and this is just sheer combat rating and substats and main stats. It's gonna take a long time to get back, and I don't have that kind of time, unfortunately. Had I stuck with the game from the beginning, it would have been much easier to be at least mid-20s right now, realistically, for all of these, and now I'm just knocking on the door of hitting 2 level 19s and the rest are 18, so that is unfortunate. But, you know, for me, I'm still very much enjoying Diablo Immortal, even though we are in sort of like a dry spell. I am finding ways of being creative with my content, challenging myself, whether it be new editing techniques, whether it be, you know, thumbnails, trying a little different things, seeing what really catches you guys and what kind of content you're enjoying, what videos are doing well. So for me, I'm looking more, again, at the analytical part of YouTube as a whole for my channel and sort of having fun with that. And then it directly impacts the game as well, because I have to play the game in order to make content for the game. But yeah, I just, like, for me, if you are feeling burnout, take advantage of how the dungeons stack up, right? So you can hold 3 at a time, or like 6 total, 3 rewards, I guess 3, 6, 9 at a time for the daily rewards that guarantee you the set piece. You don't have to do that every day. You know, should you be doing your bounties 3 at 3 every day? Yeah, probably. But again, you don't have to. Bounties can also stack up, so take advantage of some of these stacking up. Do what some people have done, where you only do your bounties on certain days, and then you take a break from doing bounties and you do a bunch of dungeons, so that way it always feels like you're doing something different. But again, you have to, if you want to enjoy the game, if you choose to, I don't want to say you have to do anything, but if you choose to stay with the game in the long run, you're definitely going to be running into burnout at a certain point. So I just, that's sort of my 2 cents on this. That's what I think a lot of content creators are running into. They're either A, not enjoying the game as a whole, or B, they're just facing burnout. And I respect everyone that is left, and I don't consider myself one of the top content creators for Diablo Immortal. I am striving to be. So if you want to help me with that goal, smash the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hang out. Tell me what you want to. Tell me what you want to see. Tell me what kind of content you guys like to see, and I'll see what I can do to make that happen. But ultimately, I am still very much enjoying the game. I've made a lot of videos recently about sort of the state of the game when it comes to Diablo Immortal. And because I think that it is sort of dry. It is running dry, and I just want to make it, I guess, clear or more evident why people are leaving, if you weren't aware, or if you were considering leaving yourself, or if you feel like, oh wow, is this game dying? And again, I think the answer to that question is no. This game will be around for a long time, in my opinion. I think they have put a lot of good foundation into the game, which will definitely turn into a bunch of people playing this game for a long time, and I'm talking years. I don't think there'll ever be like a Diablo Immortal 2. I think that I just don't think that would go over very well, honestly. So I think that this is a safe sort of investment in terms of the people that want to spend money in a game and then be able to have it, not get wasted or be viable for long periods of time. Because like for me, that was a big frustration when I used to play Call of Duty Mobile, is that as soon as they announced Warzone Mobile, and I was like, okay, cool, so all of my cosmetics get to transfer, right? Well, no, they don't. So I just lost everything that I spent the last 2 years playing on, all of the rank rewards from hitting the highest rank possible in both multiplayer as well as BR. Yep, no, you lose all that. Yeah, that doesn't feel good. that feels like an exact waste of time and waste of resources at that point. So that's what sort of drew me to Diablo Immortal, is that I knew that I don't see them ever doing a Diablo Immortal 2. I think that this game has the foundation to live for a long time if you like this style of gameplay. And for me, I like that it has a PC port while it's still in beta or whatever, but I also love that it's on mobile and has a very, very good mobile sort of again, foundation. I think I've used that word a few times in this video. But ultimately, I think that it's really good, and I think that there's a lot of frustration around the game, and spending is one that I just, to me, it's, if you have the means to do so and you want to do so, then do it. That's fine. No one should shame you for that. And I actually got a lot of positive review on that video I did a few days ago for my whale video. And a lot of people said they had fun watching someone else whale out. So I think that really kind of motivated me to not super whale out, but just to be interested in the future of my content and what kind of videos I could offer you guys. And I think that it's interesting that I got so much good positive feedback on whaling, when generally speaking the videos about spending money in the game are so negative. And a lot of people that typically agree that wow, this game is pay to win, were actually pleasantly surprised or had a positive reaction to my whaling video. And so it just shows you it's not all negative, guys. It's really how you present the information in terms of content creation. I'm not saying look through everything with rosy glasses or whatever, so everything looks great. Call it for what it is, for sure. But if you can have fun with it and you want to, then do so. So that's my 2 cents, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry to see Trigger Happy John leave the game. I wish him the best of luck on whatever his future endeavor is. Sounds like it is going to be Diablo 4. I hope he has all the success he could ever want, because he deserves it. And guys, smash that like button if you do want to see daily Diablo Immortal content. I am here to stay. I'm not going anywhere, not going to D4, and I'm staying right here with you. So let's hang out. Smash the subscribe button. See you later.